I think Mizkif got really attached to us, like a little bit too attached. Like I think he shed a real tear when we left. There were tears. There were tears. I scammed him. It was great. Let me explain how I scammed him, and he deserved to be scammed. Okay, so we went on the very last night. We go to this sushi place, and everyone's talking about it this whole time. Oh, this one spot in Austin. You got to go to this one spot. So we go to this one spot in Austin. We get there. I'm coming out of the water park with Emily. I'm like, literally, I get out of the water park stream. If you guys saw that, I'm drenched in like water, like salt, sticky water that leaves you feeling sticky, which is just not water, you know, like what is on me? Okay, so I'm like, Emily, I'm gonna go shower. I'm like, you're not gonna come? She's like, no, I'm not gonna shower. I was like, okay, that's weird. So anyways, I go to the shower. I don't have any shampoo or conditioner or anything, and I'm like looking around the room, and I'm not about to ask random people for their shampoo. So it's one of those open rooms. It's just a giant room of like, and you can see the faucets at the top. So I just get into one of them and I press it, and I have a shirt, pants, underwear, shoes, my Crocs are on, and I'm just yeah, do it again. And then I just walk out like sopping wet. And I'm like, yep. Okay, so I walk out, I'm like passing people. And I go up to Emily, and then I'm like, I'm ready. And then so I dry my hair off with her towel, and we both do that thing, you know, and then you like wrap your hair in the towel. Anyway, so as we're getting out, I was like, did you want to go to get sushi? Because Ray and Kimmy are free right now. And us four can get sushi because they didn't get to see you. And then she's like, that's perfect. Let's do it. Well, let's go to that one spot. And I was like, perfect. And I was like, wait, is there like a dress code? And then she's like, yeah, it's kind of a nice place. And I was like, and then she's like, oh, it's okay. We can wear my extra clothes. The shirt that you gave me when I bleached your hair, when you bleached my hair, I have it. And I was like, oh my God, you took it home. So perfect. So we're in her car. Me and Emily are changing, like hella sketch. We're like passing the shirts. I'm like, don't look. Okay, cover. I'm covering for you. Okay, we change. We get out. And on the way there, I was talking to Mizkif, and I was like, hey, he's like, so you're gone for good? Crying emoji. I'm not going to see you crying, Sag. And I was like, okay, come to dinner. And he's like, I'm with Dave. He's really tall. And I was like, why is him being tall a problem or any kind of relevance to this conversation? He never answered me. He's like, okay, coming. So I was like, anyways. So we get there. Ray and Kimmy had just sat down. Yeah, he's too tall. Yeah, anyways. So we get there. They're sitting down. Perfect. We're like, all right, great. Yap. What are you guys doing? Blah, blah. Emily starts talking. I go to the bathroom. I come back out. Miz and Dave get there. And by the way, Dave, like this guy, he's their friend. I met him on Schooled, right? He's really smart. I can't tell what's true or not about him, for a matter of fact, I cannot tell what is true or false about anything that Mizkif says ever, because he is constantly like half lying in everything he says, even to me off stream. Like, and then I'll double fact check him. He's like, or he'll say something. He's like, that's not true. And I'm like, what? You said that, like word for word. He's like, oh, that was a lie. And I was like, what? He's like, I always like lie. And I was like, how can you function this way? How can you as a human being function if you're always lying? And how does anybody trust you at all? I thought Dave did this, or I thought Dave went here. He's like, no, Dave never went there. And I was like, you said that to me and never said you were kidding. So how am I supposed to know? So anyways, I'm like trying to form this image of who Dave really is, or anyway, so we're at lunch, we're at dinner. Okay. Anyways, we go to dinner, and we sit down, and I'm really hungry. Ray's really hungry. Emily's really hungry, and Kimmy's really hungry. And then Dave and Miz had just come from a smoothie restaurant, right? So they just had a bunch of smoothies, so they were like kind of full. Okay. And then, so we order like, I was like, well, I'm going to get the chef's like, the one that the chef picks. And it's like, so we all get that one. And then I was like, also, can I get the uni pasta and the risotto? And also, can I get the side? There's a Wagyu steak. Can I get the one with the hot stone that cooks? And can I also get, and I was just like, with full intention to pay, by the way. I was like, I'm going to order a lot and I'll pay for it. So, okay, they're like, you ordered a lot. Like, Leslie, stop. And I was like, no. Oh, these are just like for everybody. It's for the whole table. And it was like, you ordered a lot. Okay, we're not that hungry. I was like, okay, fine. So it comes and it's like, boom, boom, it's so freaking good. Okay, the uni pasta, amazing. Like these little noodles, and it has a little, and then the stone, it's literally this hot stone, right? And you cook the Wagyu slices and it goes like, shh, and then 7 seconds and you flip it, and then it like melts in your mouth, okay? It was so good. Okay, yes, this is the cart story. So, okay, so then, oh, and then also Ray had wasabi on it. She didn't know. So she was like, oh, it's a little spicy. And I was like, oh no. Like, and she's like, is wasabi on every piece? I was like, yeah, wasabi's on every piece. She's like, it's okay, I'll eat around it. And then I was like, well, we can eat yours and then you can order another one. And then Miz just goes like, chef, waiter, you know. And at first I was like, dude, what are you doing? He's like, the waiter comes over, and every time the waiter kind of like rolls his eyes, and I was like, so embarrassed. I was like, you do not know these people. Why are you, like, he's literally like, hey, so you got some, you know, not spicy sushi, and also can I get also you have some Adderall? And then they're like, and okay, but so I find out later that he does know them, like they're regulars and they know him, but he didn't give me that context. That so he's like, in my opinion, he's just like, there's like these waiters who've never seen him, and he is like, you know, and I'm like, Mizkif, you can't be like that. You cannot be yourself. You have to be polite. But then, so that's a side story. Then after the waiter came up actually, and he's like, so, this is crazy. And he's like, I do actually know who all of you are. And we're like, oh, well, thanks. Hi. And he's like, I feel like I would regret this if I didn't say it now. But, and he goes, Fuslie. And I was like, and he's like, I have been watching you for 7 years. And I was like, wait, what? And he's like, yeah, like I've been watching your stuff for 7 years, and yeah, I just had to say hello. And I was like, wow, he's a Lesler. Anyways, so if you're here, it was so nice to see you and meet you, and you were so kind. And sorry, I was panicking because I didn't know Mizkif knew you or like at all. So when he was like asking you for Adderall and stuff, I was like, I don't know him. I felt so embarrassed. But I didn't know, like, you know, you've seen him before and stuff. So that's why I was like probably acting a little bit weird. Because of him. Anyways, so sorry. Thank you so much for being such a great waiter and dealing with us. I don't know him. I don't know him. So then before that, so then we order another thing of sushi. So the bill is kind of racking up. We're getting drinks. The drinks are too strong. I was like, I don't want this. I thought it was going to be a nice peachy thing. First of all, I didn't even know it was alcoholic in the first place. Okay. I just said, get me the lychee drink. That sounds delicious. They're always alcoholic. And I'm like, ugh, because it tastes nasty. Okay. So I'm like, but I'm like, oh, I don't want to waste it. So I'm like, here, you guys, drink it. Anyways, so the bill comes and it's $600 something, right? And I was like, oh, and he's like, $600, right? So I was like, I got it, guys. I want to say thank you, you know. So I pull out my card. Okay, I got a nice card. All right. Mizkif looks at my card and he's like, but have you seen my card? And he gives me his card. It's got a little frog, people frog on it. And he gives it to me. Oh, he drops it on the table and it goes like, it makes a super loud sound. And I was like, whoa. And he's like, feel it. So I touch it, and he's like, drop it. And I dropped it. I'm like, and so then we all start passing his card around, like, and everyone's like, whoa, that's heavy. Okay. So then I was like, well, now that you're bragging about how nice your card is, like, maybe you should pay. And he's like, I had a shrimp tempura roll. Me and Dave went to Juice King before this. We got shrimp tempura rolls. You guys got everything on the menu. I was like, fine. Well, how about we do credit card roulette? And then Ray is like, shut up, you two. Let me pay. And I was like, oh, well, if Ray's gonna offer to pay, then that's okay too. But I was like, how about we all three do credit card roulette? And then Miz is like, well, they're going to pick my card because, like, they always pick my card for roulette because it's got a frog and it looks really cool and shiny. And I was like, well, that's fine. Like, we'll just, you know, the waiter will pick. And then he's just like, no, the way that we do it here is we put it behind our backs and we just, like, do this and then we say stop. And I was like, yeah, that's boring, though. We'll have the waiter come and pick. And then he's like, whatever. So the waiter comes and then I, like, fan out the cards and I push out Mizkif a little bit more. And I was like, would you like to help us pick a card that's going to pay? Does any of these like jump out at you or look, kind of fun or unique? He goes, oh, well, I've never seen one with a frog on it. And I was like, well, the frog it is. Miz is like, are you serious? And I was like, maybe you shouldn't have pulled out your card and dropped it on the table and flaunted how nice it was, and then you wouldn't be in this predicament. Anyways, so then he ends up paying the bill. He paid the bill. It was great. I feel like I've told the story like this before, but it was like Ludwig or something. Man, I stay scamming. I will not lie. And then, but I did pay for dessert. I bought me and Dave. Dave got a lava cake, and I got a raspberry tart. So there was me. I did pay for frogged free dinner. That was an expensive shrimp tempura roll.